Hello. Now we have our picture that popped up on our screen, and now let's make that move. Now, if you've watched my previous videos on making things move, this might be slightly boring, so feel free to watch it at 2 times the speed, or if you already know it, just type in the code and move on to the next video. Um, and check it at the end to make sure it's uh, you did it things correctly. So first we're going to check pygame key down. So if we pushed a button down, if event dot key is equal k underscore right. Now, if that's the case, we're going to increase the x. But we can't do it if the ship is just going to be at 100, 100. So let's call this ship x, and let's call this ship y. And if we do that, we have to somehow define it out here. Ship x is equal to 100. Ship y is equal to 100. And these could be any point. This is just going to be where we started. Um, then we want a velocity. So ship x velocity. Let's have it at 0. It's not moving in any direction in the x direction. It's not moving in any direction in the y direction. And so that's a start. So uh, if we push to the right, we want to increase the velocity. So ship x velocity equals 1. If event dot key equals k underscore left, now we're just going to make the velocity negative. All right. Now just to make sure this is working, uh, we can say ship x is equal to ship x plus ship x velocity. And so when I run this, if I push to the right, okay, right is not defined. I forgot to pygame in front. There we go, pygame. And here we say pygame. That's why we run it, to make sure we don't have any errors. All right, there we go. It moves left and right. Fantastic. We can't keep it on the screen, but it's working. So now let's do the same for up and down. So if it's going up, the y is becoming less. And if it's going down, it's increasing by 1. Now we need to change the ship y. It's going to equal the ship y plus ship y velocity. All right, so if this is the case, all 4 of our buttons should work. All right. It looks like it's working. Now, one thing we'll want to do is just make sure we're setting our background each time. So before we blit it, we can have surface.fill, and this needs to be a tuple, 0, 0, 0. And so now we have a black background. So we shouldn't have any weird marks like our last thing did. All right, that's great. Now let's uh, do the same thing, but deal with our key up situation. So let's start here, type it in, and let's see what happens when we give a key up. Oh, and the key comes up. Let's turn all of our velocities to 0. So that means when I let go of the key, my ship stops moving. hopefully. All right, now this is looking pretty good. All right, now next video we'll have the ship change direction based on what we press.